Here we are coming to you with another episode. This is The Dinosaur and the Dude. By far, without fail, no contest needed. It is the podcast with the shittiest audio, but the most amazing content you'll find in the world. Brought to you with love and kindness, brevity and amazement that only two people can find as we shoot the shit as we do in a conversation with ourselves that we happen to share and let you eavesdrop on. Here we are with another episode. Thanks for listening. Enjoy. Yo.
Hey.
Oh, hey. Okay. So
I think I'm getting the feedback, and I don't know why.
Because it's been a while. It's like sex.
We are very bad at it.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious to say that during sex, though. Like, hey. I'm getting some feedback. It's me. It's me. I haven't done it in a while. It's me. I'm getting feedback. Just let me work through it. Let me work through it. And, by the end of it, it might not be gone, but it will be minimized. So let's just work out.
It might not work out. I don't know.
Right. You're still getting feedback, though?
Hold on just a second.
Because, again, I'm not getting feedback on my end.
This is fucking balls.
I mean, I could just call you. I
thought no. Let's figure this out.
Well, okay. So I figured out why my mic.
I'm gonna try this.
Oh, okay. That sounds in my face sexy. So, so I figured out that there was some setting in Chrome that automatically killed my Bluetooth mic and headphone set. And so I had to dig, but I finally found that, clicked it on. So that started working again. But what I then realized is that it wasn't recording the app. So I basically using the app as a single source instead of a multi-source, like we did before when we were super successful and feeling ourselves all over.
Because I'm still getting this. Fucking shit. If I go all the way down, you can't hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You just can't hear me, apparently.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. So hang on just a second. I'm going to go over to settings.
Okay. I can hear you.
We're going to work this shit out. Okay? It's going to happen.
Okay, cool.
I promise you, we're going to be sound engineers.
I mean,
after this.
We're going to be sound. Engineer just sounds way too daunting for me. It sounds like I can really manage some shit, and I think I use Google search too much to be an engineer. Like I'm just gleaning off of other people's fumbling around doing stuff. I'm not shit. Oh no, you are way more engineering than I am.
No, I don't know. No,
see what happens. See, it's about okay.
Okay, that's not good. Hold on. Holy shit. Okay. So my microphone.
Yeah. I love this. I said we were going to test this out before the episode, but I feel like, fuck it, this is the episode.
I think that people need to understand our struggle, and maybe someone will feel so fucking bad, they'll be like, get these two dorks.
Yeah, but I mean, we've hoped that before, and None of our 12 disciples have come through on it. So I'm waiting for the 13th disciple to really show their hand for us. That'd be great.
Let me see about this. Nope. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Are you kidding me? Can you hear me twice?
No, I can't. I can only hear you one time. At no point have I had any feedback from you. Of course. Yeah, right. But that's the case. That's the case for me too. When I'm doing my headphone set and using the app to host both of us, I get feedback, and so I have to put my phone with the app in another room because it just will not kill the feedback in order for me to not hear it. But I'm only hearing it, but you're not hearing it.
Right. I don't like this.
Yeah, it's
happening. Hold on.
Yeah, and it goes up in volume and down in volume.
Nope, still running. God, this sucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna that. Why? Why can't this be easy? This is so stressful.
Mm-hmm. It is.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Why? Why can't I not hear myself? And oh, that's all right. Okay. Oh no, that's all. This is terrible.
Yeah. It's like a mental torture because especially if you don't like, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with hearing myself, but for someone that doesn't like to hear themselves talk, feedback and having a duplicate voice of yourself going is like, oh, what is happening? Can someone shut me up? Oh no, it's me. I okay.
I'm enough for just one soundtrack. I don't need to back up.
No back up.
Okay, let me see.
Any sound engineer that is listening, they've probably banged their head already through a wall, and now they're
banging. We're your brain trauma at this point.
No, like saying it's like this super simple thing that neither you or I can see it, but to them it's super simple. It's like if you just click this, it solves all of that. And it's like it's so simple for them, and it's like for us, it's like
hello.
Yeah,
I'm doing something. I know that you're here. I'm not trying to be.
I was just saying, we're saying hello to each other. somebody somewhere is like, oh my God, if they just all they have to do. Yeah, don't worry about it, because all it's going to do is rile either of us up, and that just takes away from the episode, and that's
fine. And you know what? Here's the thing. If I'm being completely honest, I could go smoke a bowl.
Yeah, right. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
No, you go right ahead.
Get my water.
No, you go right ahead. You go get that bowl ready to go. And while you get that bowl ready to go, I'm just going to let people know you are now listening to The Dinosaur and The Dude. the podcast with the shittiest audio, but the most amazing content that you can find in the world. As a matter of fact, our audio is so shitty. We just did an 8-minute segment that didn't record. So that's the top-notch level of shit you're dealing.
I can't even get out my back door. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh,
Why
wait.
it gotta be
Oh,
raining?
no. Never mind. I just got notification. It did record. So fantastic. You all are in luck. You're gonna hear the struggle that's in the beginning of this, and that's why the dinosaur's gonna do a bowl right now. She's gonna, inhale.
I'm just fucking this shit.
Inhale some herb essence. And
I mean, why does it have to be so difficult? I don't understand. I mean, I could get it if, like, we started and I was already high, and I, you were like, girl, you got your fucking head. We can't even blame it on that.
It makes sense because I was already high.
I'm just saying.
The reverb was all in my head. I get it now. I get it now.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand it.
Oh, shit. All right.
And I think I put you on speaker.
That's okay.
Let me see if I can turn you. Well, there's nobody here, Dingo.
That's okay. You do your thing and you get it set up. I'm gonna roll into thanking everyone for joining us or for not realizing that you've joined us, and at this particular moment you're like, what the fuck am I listening to right now?
You don't even know what you're listening to right now, so we're sorry.
And the honest truth is, we don't really know what we're going to provide for you to listen to, because the premise of this show is the two of us just on the phone talking like we normally do, but you, the listener, have a means by way of this podcast to eavesdrop on our conversation. So our topics are going to go from one way to the other down various holes, and then resurface somewhere else, and then we're going to say, oh yeah, fuck, so what we were talking about 3 topics ago was and then we finish that and go back into whatever the fuck we were talking about before. So strap on.
Yikes.
Yeah. And I'm just going to leave that there and get ready, because I'm going to take a sip of this water and we're about to go.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready.
Wait, you want the ASMR sip or just the regular people?
I really want the ASMR sip, yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
I got my bowl heating up.
It's going to sound the same.
Yours sounds better than me.
Practice on nipples. So, okay.
I'm about to get listed.
Yeah.
We've got launch in 3.
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
What?
I've never talked to someone who's given a countdown before they got knocked. All right. So there was something they came across, and I felt like it was an educating moment, because it kind of hit on all the things. Oh wait, were you ASMRing right there? I talked all over.
No. Mine doesn't make sounds.
Oh,
vaporizer.
Okay. So
it's a grounds material vaporizer.
Oh.
Yes. It's sexy.
That sounds sexy as fuck. So, which is funny that I said that, because now we're going into something related to that. So we talk.
You know what I think? Wait, hold on. You know what I think is sexy as fuck?
What's that?
Kroger fried chicken. It's so good. Okay, move on. Exhibit
A, listeners. Exhibit A. This is how we fucking talk.
Right. This is your phrasing.
So, a lot of stuff that we talk about on the podcast is related. It started off being our journey, understanding, trying to understand it and live with elderly people.
Speaking of, how's your mom and them? Okay, good stuff. We'll touch on that later.
Still just gradually going down the slope. In any case.
What did you expect?
Yeah, right. Yeah. True. I mean, I guess gradual is better than rapid fucking plummeting down. But then we kind of evolved into, well, not kind of evolved. I think we just found means of where we could go from there into mental health, into drug use, pharmaceuticals, people wanting to have more natural approaches to things. We just kind of branched out. Our love for conspiracies and aliens and whatnot, paranormal and whatnot. So
remind me to tell you about the dentist appointment and dry mouth, okay?
Okay. So I came across this story that like hit a lot of the topics that we talk about, and it's this dude, and I don't know how much is public or how much we want to bandwagon with this, so I'm going to go broad strokes with it in order for us to just take the story for what it is. So this guy, he has, I did the research. He has objectophilia. That's what it's called. I'm labeling him. I get it. I am saying, okay, this is what he's got, and nothing is saying this is definitive of what dude has. It's just this is what I'm saying falls within the clinical guidelines of what it is that dude has. In any case, it's the condition of where someone is sexual or romantically attracted to inanimate objects. And so this one guy I saw a story on, he was celebrating the fact that he has a new child. And
a new what?
A child.
Is it an actual human baby? Okay.
So I'll just read it to you.
Yeah.
This guy.
Be sure to list your source.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to do the names and the details, but it was in the Microsoft News. If somebody can look it up. So this person previously hit the headlines after revealing their plans to have a dreamy wedding with Natalia.
Oh my God! I know where you're going. Holy shit!
Whom he shares a son and a daughter with.
Yes.
Okay. So this guy has a son and a daughter with someone that he is planning. They're planning on getting married. Well, documenting the controversial relationship on the social media, recently there's been the arrival of their third child. So what happens to be, sounds like a great thing when you look at the video. Yeah, there's a video. I only sent you a picture. There's a video of the entire thing.
No.
Yes. It was at the time of the reporting had 3.5 million views. He's actually in a relationship with, no offense to this person, but it's a doll.
Like a mannequin.
And not that's what I was about to finish with the not what you can buy as a real doll, not a mannequin. It's pretty much a rag doll.
Is it like a stuffed?
Yeah.
Stuffed human? Oh God, that sounds bad.
It's yeah. And so apparently that's who he's had the son and the daughter with already, and they just had a third child. And because of the third child, that's postponed their wedding. And keep in mind, in this video,
sounds like somebody has commitment issues.
Yeah,
excuse making more babies.
Yeah. In this video, he's in a quote unquote hospital, in a gown, in a hairnet, being a part of the delivery. of the new addition to the family.
Oh my God! Is there a video of that? Please, I have got to see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shut up. Okay.
Oh no, it's in the link I sent you. So,
okay.
In one way, like it hits on so many different things. Like,
oh, hold on, don't do that to somebody who has ADD, because here I'm like,
oh right. You want me to resend it to you?
Fading off into the background. Yeah. Okay. I'm like,
please put it at the top.
I'm like, I'm gonna get to the end of the internet before I find whatever you're trying to send me.
I'm smoking a bowl, and I'm trying to find this glorious thing.
I'm like, I don't know how I ended up on Temu, but I did.
Yeah, man, I've heard so much bullshit about that. That's bullshit. But in any case.
Yeah, I've not made an order yet. But.
Yeah, good, don't, because it is horrible.
Really?
Yeah. I'll send you a link on that later. It's something you could watch by yourself and totally get it. So yeah, I just resent it. I just resent it to you. So yeah, so it's a slippery thing to really discuss this, because I feel like there's mental health issues to it, there's sexuality to it, and there's a degree of what the fuck to it that, just fits every bit of what we typically discuss. Especially when you have, like they have on here, comments that people have sent him while he's, talking about this new addition to the family of 5. And he later, responds to a lot of them. And he later says, it's kind of weird, because he recognizes them as, he recognizes them as dolls. So he's not really in a mindset where he's thinking of them as people, like humans.
Okay.
Because in one comment he says, if it weren't for the dolls, I would be more alone than anyone. At least I have something.
Jesus, man, maybe raise your standards just a little bit.
And then in another comment he says, with my Natalia, we watch TV and talk about everything.
Well, no, he just okay. I'm sorry. I need to stop, because that's being insensitive. Do you understand where I'm coming from, though?
What part? You didn't say it. You censored yourself.
Oh, I didn't say it? Hello. Are you there?
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, I was just saying, come on, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I mean, come on, really? I mean, come on.
No, yeah, when you see the pictures, you're like, okay, he puts different, no, that's a hairnet.
Like, how is he going to take care of his wife that just gave birth again, and all 3 of the kids? I mean, this is like a fucked up version of Wendy Williams.
You're making it real.
And whenever the marriage doesn't work out, who's going to get custody?
I mean, I think it will work out. They've gone this long, and she looks happy. The baby's sleeping. It's so weird, because
Is it healthy?
It looks pretty healthy. I mean, in that picture, it's a pretty big baby.
I know it hurt to birth to.
It hurts me looking at it.
I mean, Tyler was 8.5 pounds.
It hurts me looking at it. And so but from her shoulders, it looks like Natalia can handle. She can handle. She can handle.
A linebacker.
Yeah, she can handle her business. So I'm not really that too concerned about Natalia. It looks like she's good.
Okay.
It looks like she's good.
She needs to fight him off next time he tries to get up there.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of interesting. Objectophilia in itself is interesting, because it's like you have this full commitment to,
you have this full commitment and understanding of something that other people can't really register it being received and given. Like you love something and want to marry it. Like I've heard about people.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
I've heard about people.
I have a hard time understanding.
Marrying bridges and buildings and
I saw a dude who wanted to marry his car.
Yeah.
He was like making out with her.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow.
That's a real thing.
Yeah. It's just interesting that when it gets to this level that he, like a car, I guess you could do the same thing. A bridge, I guess you could do the same thing. It's just a little bit more. It's a little bit more mentally. It seems like there's a little bit more choice to it, where he has a female doll. And
right, because you can get like a Mazda or like a Nissan.
Right, but I'm just saying, like with this, he's got a female doll. No, I know. It's just, he's got a female doll, so it's like it's tapping into this whole thing about him not being able to have a relationship with a real female, and then it's also tapping.
Right.
It's also tapping into him wanting to have kids. So he knows he has to have kids. He knows he's needing to have kids with a female. And so since he can't be with a human female, he's got this doll.
Pretend or make-believe kind of
I mean, he's got this doll, but then he's got this... And this is where he gets pretty harrowing, because who knows what's on the insides. Because he's got these dolls, like it should be a half-human, half-doll baby, but it looks like they're all doll babies, and he's good with that, and he's like, I'm having my family with that I know I could never have, and I would be utterly alone. Do
you think that it's like a little kid playing with dolls, like kind of that mentality, or do you think like he takes his family on vacation and like legit goes out, like we're going to go to an amusement park,
Some people have done that.
And how do kids age that way?
Some people have done that. Like some people have brought their dolls to their family, or brought their dolls out on different excursions, and people are like, "What the fuck?" And this person is talking.
God, that's so creepy.
And so, honestly, I haven't watched the video because I feel like I need so much time to process that. I didn't. I sent you this link. Monday or something like that? And
I saw the picture, but I didn't see the link.
No, I still didn't look at it until right before I called you. Like I needed.
Really,
I needed time. I was like, man, I'm gonna see this, and it's gonna fuck with me. It is going to fuck with me because.
So what did you see?
I didn't look at the video. I'm just looking at this picture of her laying there, like I don't even know what to call it. Her laying there with the doll, the orange shorts on.
On her stomach.
Yeah, and it's just sort of like, and then you scroll down and it's the family picture, and then you're just like, man, aren't these the red flags that you doesn't this person get put on a list? You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. I'm with you.
Because he's
for no other reason, just to make for sure that this person is safe.
Yeah, because he's posing them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like
because he's hyper focused on that coping mechanism.
Right, but it's not like the dolls are doing it. It's not like the Natalia doll put the hairnet on herself. He dressed it all, posed it, and then took pictures with it, then put them in clothes, posed with them, and
I get that. And you're right. And I could be like, what the fuck, and try to,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, if that's his reality and he's okay with it and he's not hurting himself or anybody else, then on some level, you kind of have to be like, okay, well, let's put you in a padded room and make sure you don't hurt yourself. But if you want to play that way, that's totally fine. You and your family can come to this facility, and we'll all make sure that everybody's taken care of.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a way to deal with it.
Yeah, and I think and
what does he do for a living and have all these dead kids?
I don't know. I think that it's
like she's laying around all day.
I think it's natural.
Is she got to do the dishes too? Because that's fucked up. Okay.
Laying around all day. Oh,
yeah, doing that apparently with the legs up in the air. She's fucking for the third time. And he's doing everything.
Yeah, he is. He is literally doing everything. But to your point, and it's a couple of points to what you just said, I think that for other people not in this mindset, it's like I've told people before, you won't understand, and I'm not in any way saying this person is, but you won't understand a serial killer unless you're in that mindset. You won't understand a staunch racist unless you're in that mindset. And you can, and if you're not in that mindset, then everything else is speculation. And so the knee-jerk thing is something's wrong with them, put them in a padded cell, and I totally get that. At the same time, it's like none of this really denotes that he's going to harm others. It's just so bizarre that that's the thing that makes it like, oh, he's highly possible. But anybody and everybody out there has a means of snapping and doing heinous shit. And, the minute before that, they were perfectly fine. So this guy, I mean, hats off to him for making his own reality that works best for him, even if he has to carry his family around and put them in whatever pose he wants to.
What do you think would happen if somebody tried to take his family away from him? He would lose his fucking brain.
Yeah, I mean, or take him away from his family, because to your example, if somebody was to come and say, okay, look, hey, this is not good, and it would be negligent of us to knowingly let you continue doing this, and so the state or city or whatever comes in for adult services and takes him away, because they're not going to take the dolls away. Fuck them. I mean, they might seize the dolls.
As evidence.
Yeah, and the rest of his property. And
they put them in plastic bags and they're going to suffocate. What the fuck?
Right. Exactly. To him, that's likely the case.
Right.
Seize all his stuff and sell it, and then rent out his apartment again, or wherever he's living, until he has to get better in whatever facility, quote unquote better in whatever facility. Because they're not going to take the dolls away and just leave them in there. Because
right, but what's going to happen to him whenever society makes him quote unquote better? Right.
Yeah, and what's better? What is better? What does better look like for someone like that? And I'm not just hyper focused on this guy. It just so happens to be this guy is the one that's in the article. There's articles on multiple other people that have objectophilia, and I mean, honestly, I didn't know objectosexuality and objectophilia even existed as a name for something until 2 hours ago. So that's how deep I'm into understanding this. I'm understanding it.
I think I've heard it before. I've seen a program on it.
Right. Yeah. There was a show on it before. It was.
And there was a guy at a red car.
Yeah.
He was like kissing the grill.
Yep. And other people.
I don't know the name of it or source it. But
it was Strange Love, something like it was on MTV when it was all going to shit. But in any case, I just saw this. I was like, oh man, there's so many touch points on here that we talk about. Like I said, sexuality and mental health and society, and everything's in this brief article about this family of five. I mean, for him, that's how he refers to them. So yeah, it's bizarre for a lot of people, but for other people, and especially him, it makes the sense that it needs to for him to feel happy or to feel something of a normalcy.
Right.
And I think it's stuff like this that really gives you a good lens on what the definition is for normal, and it actually can be different. So there's that.
Well, and not only what is normal, but what is their interpretation of normal, like when stressors are induced, right?
Yeah. So that's something that I heard you mention on, and so love to get more out of you on it. So you're thinking that this is somewhat of some degree of a coping mechanism or a means of coping with this. There's been so much rejection with.
Or maybe he had a family and they all died.
Yeah, I think there's a backstory to this possibly. I think there's I agree. There's got to be. I feel like there needs to be. Not that it's got to be, but it needs to be.
I wouldn't be surprised if
that there's much more of a backstory to this than I just suck at getting in a relationship with someone. So let me
Right. It would be baller if he would be like, because women are bitches.
Yeah, like
I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, right. Like I suck at relationships, but that doesn't. It's like the automatic. The response to it, I didn't think would be, if you suck at relationships, then go ahead and get your doll family. Like that's the option. I don't. Whoa, hold on. Just like experiencing a fuckload of deja vu right now. But in any case.
Okay. I was like, what did somebody come in the room again?
Holy shit. This is so bizarre. It doesn't kill me. It just totally excites me in a distractionary way when I realize that I'm experiencing this.
Well, I'm distractionary all the time, so do feel free to tell me.
Yeah, no, it's like I've done this already.
With me?
Yes. This whole conversation, and it just...
Did it rock?
It just clicked. Like, okay. This is... Like, I'll have episodes of it where I'll realize in that moment, okay, this is where I came in to that previous existence. I now know where I am in that. And
are you interdimensional?
Maybe.
That's what happened when they turned on that CERN.
Because I'll come.
Is it recent?
No. This has been.
Okay.
This has been for as long as I.
You mean you tell me you're a fucking savant, and this is the first time you're telling me about it?
This has been as long as I can remember. I'll have moments.
Come on, Rain Man, let's go to the casino.
No, it's not like that. Because God damn it, I would have abused it by now and been.
Right.
Fuck you, Elon. Fuck you, Elon Musk. I would be just like, and I won the lottery again.
Right.
Like I just ride the lottery on purpose. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening 6 months later, and now it will. Mine. It's not that. It's almost like I come into. I've always had these moments where I'll come into a part of time, during the day, and it's not every day, but during the day I'll come into a part of time, and I realize I've been in this moment of time already.
Yeah, you're just like flipping dimensions.
And I've said this already, and I've done this, and I know what I'm about to say, and I know what you're about to say. And it goes...
Did you know that I was going to make you explain it?
Yeah, and it goes for however long, and then it goes for... It can go a few seconds, it can go for an hour, and then after that, it's done.
So, like, do you know if I was thinking about pancakes? Because pancakes don't do it right now.
No, okay. It's typically, I'll know about it now that you said it. It's typically based off the interaction. It is reliving the moment that we're having right now, I'm reliving it all over again. So my moment.
Well, at least I'm not a hellscape for you.
So
if you got to relive it.
Yeah. So my means of knowing what you're thinking about is not known until you say it. But then when I relive it, it's like I know of it. It's like I'm riding it and I'm instinctually on that wave. I'm okay. I know that this is about to happen. Oh, and she's gonna. And yep, she talks about that. Yep, it's almost like going through a checklist kind of thing. But being able to recite exactly what you're going to say before you say it, it's not, the distance in time is not that far off. Like I have enough realization to know I'm fucking experiencing this again. I'm doing this again. I've done this. Okay. So
was that the first time that you had the deja vu about it?
Yeah, but time is still going, so I'm realizing it while time is going that I've already done this in time. So I'm trying to remember exacts about what it was in that moment, because I don't know what moment I'm going to relive again.
Right. But what were you talking about? Because maybe that's the moment that you're supposed to be
We were talking about this. Yeah, fuck. Because usually that's the other thing that happens. Once it happens, it kind of tases me like, oh shit, this is where I was when I did that.
Roll back that beautiful beam footage.
Yeah. So we were talking about this guy, and I was saying how we were talking about the stressors, and how I was saying that it just doesn't seem like the thing to do if you're really, because I was saying, and that's what made me realize that I was reliving it, because I said aloud, I'm bad at relationships, but my response to that isn't, okay, if I don't have a committed relationship, I guess the only option for me is to go ahead and get some dolls and
DIY.
Yeah, and make that happen. And it's weird. It's very, very weird that's the thing, but it's weird to a person that isn't in that mindset, I think.
Sure.
I think that there's a lot of stuff that people do that they're fortunate enough that a lot of other people do it as well. Because
like feet pics, right?
Like, yeah, because if it wasn't the case, then...
Please tell me that that's a valid argument, like feet pics.
Yeah, and so now...
I love that. I just won this conversation.
No, so then it's like we're walking into the... Because I think we're walking into the fetish thing, and I don't know if I can actually say that this is a fetish.
No, I don't think it's a fetish either. But it's like, somebody that like furries.
Right.
Well, I guess that's a fetish as well, maybe.
See,
I would say that's more like a lifestyle.
Yeah, but see, that's the weeds thing, isn't it? So, for me, what I mean by that, it's a normal thing because it's a fetish. It's a thing that I'm into. It's a lifestyle. But if it's something on the very, very fucking outskirts of it, and only a dot of people in certain population groups are known to be into this, it's a philia.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like a weed. It can help. Dandelions can help with this, help with that, help with this, help with that. But if it, we're going to go ahead and call it a weed because we don't want that to be a thing. Because otherwise, this could be a fetish if there was a lot more people into dolls.
Right.
And it was
I'm sure that there is a subculture of people that do have that common interest.
Oh, for sure.
Perhaps I just am not aware of where that realm lies.
No, I think it's a progression that you kind of touched on. It's like, someone could possibly draw connecting lines and like, okay, if you're into furries and you're 3 steps away from dolls, I don't know.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we know that there's seven degrees something Kevin Bacon, right?
6 degrees. Yeah, 6 degrees of separation from one person to the other. I don't know if that could be applied for fetishes, but now my head.
I should list him on my resume as a reference.
Now my head is moving. It's like, oh, I wonder if I could do that for fetishes. Like, if you're into furries and you're 6 degrees from whatever, and then find out that everything's fucking connected. Don't worry about it. Just ejaculate and be done. So, like, I think that's the thing. I think that is I think that's the thing is like.
You need therapy, okay? I'm going to say it because I'm your friend.
Yeah.
You need therapy,
I think that's the thing. It's like people. It's like, and yeah, I'm going to swing it back on the church because the church did it. I think the church comes around and they're like, that's abnormal, that's abnormal, that's abnormal. But missionary, okay, somehow, some way, we've got to fuck in order to repopulate. But this crazy stuff has got to be the devil. So it's like, okay, yeah, how much of that is it? But it all boils down to the same damn thing. She needs to come and he needs to come. Why restrict it to certain ways? Nope, you can't have a blindfold on because that's kinky. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then so one step away from. I don't know what the steps are, but like one's a fetish, one's a lifestyle, one's a kink, and then one's a philia, and you're just sort of going. Your population groups are shrinking in each one of them.
Well, sure, because on some, never mind. Go ahead.
No, I just think I don't know. I think we've run this dude's dolls in the ground.
Right.
But I think the points are valid, though. I think the whole thing in regards to it.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah, it stretches on a lot of different topics, and then boop, my fucking time jumping deja vu, whatever the fuck happened, and
you said boop. Are you a wizard?
Yes. Yes. That's how all my spells go. So I guess we kind of touched a little bit on the paranormal thing right there with the.
Yeah, I'm loving these segues you've got.
So
awesome.
So there's this one, and I don't know, should we hit the dentist dry mouth first before going to this one?
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, it's just a good hearty story.
Yeah, let's do it.
So at the dentist, and the hygienist who I've had before says, because my dentist office rocks.
Okay.
I don't actually mind going twice a year because they're so amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. And so she says, you've got a bit of dry mouth. She goes, is that normal for you? And I was like, yep.
You judgmental hoe.
I said, how did you know? And she goes,
no, she's in your mouth.
You've got a little plaque. You've got a little bit of plaque down, on the inside of your teeth down at the bottom.
Okay. And
I was like, oh. And she said, you need to make sure that you're hydrating and that you're trying to figure out what's causing the dry mouth. She said because it could turn into something bad, but right now it's kind of at that iffy stage where it's reversible. You can do something. She was like, get some mouthwash that has like this stuff in it where it's like it helps your saliva procreate, I guess. I don't know what they do.
Okay.
Look, listen, if somebody can have a family of knitted
yeah, there's a mouthwash. Yeah, there's a mouthwash that stimulates your saliva.
And I was just kind of like, well, I mean, she goes, you need to really figure out what's going on there and make a stop to it. I said, well, hold on. Let's just find out. I said, here's the thing. I smoke weed. I'm not going to stop. Okay? It's just not happening. And even if you smoke it or you eat it or whatever, you're still going to get it. It's just the way it is. You deal with it. So I said, let me just, I don't want to put another chemical in my body, so let me look up what herbs might be able to help with dry mouth, and I found quite a few. Aloe vera being one, ginger, mallow root. There's a couple of things. So I was thinking, well, I can make like a ginger aloe vera like wash. Right? I can do that.
Sure.
And then it would help. And or like do more tea that way or something, whatever. And so I looked it up. Looking on there, and it said, okay, if you may want, these are the things that are going on if you're thinking that you might want to not have to deal with dry mouth or remedies or whatever. I don't fucking know what to say. Let's call it. But one of them, the first one was no smoking, and I was like, well, I don't smoke cigarettes, but and then the next one was no caffeine, and I was like, well, that's out the fucking window. Coffee. Right. I don't drink alcohol, so coffee's my jam. But and then it said no. I don't know. There was a bunch of them, and I was like, I said, fine. I said, it doesn't even matter at this point because you are taking away coffee, and you tell me I shouldn't smoke weed. No, fuck that. I was like, apparently you need to put it in my chart that I'm going to have dry mouth, therefore gingivitis or whatever the fuck it is.
This is just going to happen.
So I'm giving up, okay?
This is just going to happen. How about we just decide you guys start treating it? I had a preemptive treat it because I'm going to have it because I'm not getting rid of these things.
No, it's not happening. And then, so whenever the doctor came in, the dentist came in, and she was looking, and she was like, hey, I've got some dry mouth. You need to, get this mouthwash. And the lady was like, well, she wanted to see about if there were any herbal remedies for it because she prefers that, a holistic approach over Big Pharma. And she goes, yeah, well, I said, we looked up some things on how you can prevent it from happening. And she goes, yeah, she was like, stop smoking. And she was like, don't eat sugars. And so she's repeating everything. And then the hygienist is at the computer, and she turns around and just busts out laughing, like, quiet. And I was like, oh my God, just put it on my chart already. Like, like, I'm sure I'm going to die of something. Okay. So if this has to be it, I guess.
I'm the dry mouth hoe. Give it.
Give it so that's all. It was really funny.
Yeah. Like, I went to a dentist one time, and I almost walked out because I was like, okay, you all are
because they were wearing clothes?
Yes, exactly. Well, that, and they were telling me stuff that made no sense. Like, they got that little metal hook, and...
What the metal fucking hook? What you talking about?
Like, she was scraping in my mouth with this metal hook.
Oh, okay. Wow.
She's scraping in my mouth with this metal hook, and she's just like, but she's poking my gums. And she's like, yeah, you're bleeding. I was like, yeah, stop poking my gums. Yeah, you're not supposed to be bleeding. I said, stop poking my gums, though.
It's because whenever you get gingivitis, then I'm going to nerd out for a minute. And when you get gingivitis, your gums swell. They get inflamed. So and because they're such sensitive areas, whenever you brush your teeth, you may bleed a little bit. If you get, it's just, whenever you aggravate your teeth and your gum line, they're going to get sensitive and start bleeding. So the theory is to fix the, stop the inflammation, and the bleeding will stop.
Yeah, I had none of that. So I have no inflammation, no bleeding gums when I'm brushing teeth, but my gums do bleed if you get a metal sharp thing and stab them. Try it on my arm. It's same shit gonna happen. This is gingivitis in my forearm? Nope, it's not. But you keep using that pointy, stabby fucking hook. Guess what? Blood's going to come out. So, yeah, that's exactly what I told her. Yes, that's exactly what I told her. Because I got tired of her poking my damn gums. It's like, it shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, you mean to tell... Throw that on, man.
Did you say gingivitis?
Yeah, it's just gingivitis.
No, it's gingivitis.
Gingivitis. Did I say gender?
Not gender.
Gendervitis.
Like female, either or.
But you know what? That's hilarious as fuck. I got gendervitis. I don't want any of y'all. I don't want male, female.
I'm allergic.
I don't want they.
I'm allergic.
I don't want theys, thems. I don't want any of y'all. I've got gendervitis.
I barely got meat. Okay?
You know what? You know what?
Oh my God.
I sleep in a bed by myself, and I give myself one side of the bed. I don't even fucking want. Like, fuck that.
I'm doing that to myself.
I'm like,
fuck that hoe.
I tell myself, you stay on this side of the bed. Ain't nobody ever be in this bed. But yeah, this chick was stabbing my gums, right? And she was like, "Do your gums bleed when you brush your teeth?" No. Do they feel swollen? No. Well, they're bleeding. I was like, because you're stabbing them with a fucking metal hook.
First year, are you new at this?
And she keeps stabbing them. She's like, they shouldn't be bleeding. Watch, I'm gonna do the top. I was like, tell you what, you stab my mouth again, okay? Watch what happens. And I was telling her, it's like, you stabbed my forearm. I told her the exact same thing that I meant. You said right earlier. It's like, you stab my forearm, they're gonna bleed. What kind of? It's like they're not bleeding when you're doing everything else, but when you stab them with the pointy hook, that's when blood comes out.
That's just a technicality.
I was like, I'm happy blood is coming out, because I'd be really, really freaked out if you stabbed with a pointy
like
hook.
A blade.
And nothing came out. No blood? None?
Right.
What?
They'd be like, and we believe that this one is an AI.
Yeah, and you're like, this is healthy. No, it's not. This is weird. This is weird. So,
you'll squirt some oil in your mouth and you'll be on your way.
I hate dentists. And they just come in and all they do is brush their teeth for me. And the only thing that's different is they have a little suction hose and they just suck it all out.
Well, thank God to my dentist, I floss twice a year.
Yeah, well.
Actually, I need to be better at that. They told me today. I'm going to do right.
It sucks because I never. It sucks because I grew up in a house that didn't floss.
Really?
And then no, I totally understand it, because then other people are like, hey, we floss. Why the fuck y'all floss? Y'all don't. So wait, you don't brush your teeth? If you brush your teeth, why would you floss? It's the same thing. You're doing a brush, you're doing a string. Fuck that. I'm doing a brush. I want to get.
It's like plucking my eyelashes versus threading them.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting a good scrubbing on my teeth. Fuck this, it's threading, and then you get threaded, and then then it's like quality. You get a really bad floss that all shreds up on your teeth, and you get like, I was like, fuck that, man. I'm not wrapping gunk around my finger. Fuck that. And then later on, I started dating people. It's like, hey, you floss your teeth? No, I floss my teeth, but I want to keep you around, so let me go ahead and pretend like I do. I forget like how many people I pretended to know I was flossing. I looked like, I probably looked like I would have more coordination with flossing if I used my feet instead of my hands. But I'm like in there, it's like, oh wow, I only do like 4 teeth, top and bottom. It's like, yep, I floss, because I don't know how to get in the back, so fuck it. I'm just going to floss the teeth that I'm okay with keeping, and I guess I'm going to say the rest of you can fall out. I don't know what to do with you. I can't get back there, so just live with me as long as you can. But these 4 here in the front, we're good. We're going to be life partners.
The 4 in the front, that's marriage material.
Yeah, I'll floss you all, because you guys seem necessary. But these ones in the back, I don't know how to get to you properly. It's just dreams and hopes trying to floss the back.
Dwindling.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I think I got it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm actually flossing right now.
You're just a fucking show off. Whatever. That's why I'm That's why I got genderitis. Whatever. I don't know if I said that, but I'm going with it now because that just sounds fantastic. That sounds like.
I swear to God, that's what I thought you said, and that's what I'm laughing.
That sounds like subconscious genius level shit right there. Like, I don't know how I did that.
I'm at in another dimension. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how I did that, but I'm keeping it. Whatever.
Other than that, did you guess I did?
Yeah, I guess so. Look at that. Super duper.
Okay, so we need to talk about something before it's time to go.
What?
We need to talk about my Goodreads.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah?
I thought you were doing like, okay, well, how's the, yeah, it was just a progress. Okay, how many books have you read?
I've not read any books.
What happened?
Wait, hold on. 3. I've done 3.
Wait. Wasn't it supposed to be like once a day?
I'm ADD. Do you know
that means? I mean, I know life. Yeah, I was gonna say I know life. I know life is awesome. I'm one to talk. I absolutely get it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
When have we seen each other last?
Right. I absolutely get that. I am really one to like. This would be awesome. And then 3 months later, it's like, fuck it.
Yeah. Way to bring that one home, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah.
So the first thing I wanted to ease into it. Okay?
Yeah, ease into it.
I did a search just to kind of see what kind of reviews are out there.
Yeah.
I did a search for the funniest Goodreads reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a book by Marquis de Sade.
Yeah, I was gonna say Marquis de Sade.
Yeah. Okay, that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 120 Days of Sodom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is this like Sodom and Gomorrah?
God, I'm trying not to make it. I'm trying not to do it.
Oh, would you what? Oh God.
Okay. Yeah, I would think that more than anal, but okay. I couldn't do it. I had to breathe. I couldn't do it.
You're like 120 days. I guess that doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, well, there you go. At least if I get that chick from last episode, apparently.
I can take that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Just rub some dirt on it.
Because you know I love anal. So what? So you read this, right? You read the review.
I read the review. Yeah.
And
mm-hmm. It says it was a 1 review.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a 1 star.
Oh, okay.
It says, this is perhaps more my style. I have not actually read this book in any remote sense of the word. I skimmed the opening section and
mm-hmm.
glanced at a few summaries online.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely just a 1 star.
That was the review?
Yeah.
Wait. I haven't read the book. I've only glanced at some things that happen to pop up online. But pretty much what I've gathered, this is a horrible book.
Total shit.
Yeah, horrible book.
Right.
Wow.
We should burn this book.
Oh.
We should.
Oh. Goes right to some Fahrenheit 451 stuff. Okay. So we're gonna burn the book now.
Are we going back to Steinbeck?
George Steinbeck now. Ray Bradbury, yeah. But so are you thinking of just doing a few books now?
I don't really know.
Instead of the 1 a day, 30 books or whatever.
I think that's a lot for me.
Yeah, I mean that was a big.
I usually do have gusto and big dreams, but yeah.
But the motherfuckers are big. That's what I've always come across.
They got words on them.
That's what I always got words on. Yeah.
That book had words on it.
Yeah, I think that...
If you could give me a good, solid...
Year?
No.
Not being facetious. I'm really wondering, like...
No, if you could give me a good, solid storybook with only pictures, that would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And go ahead and animate that.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Fuck it. Just film characters doing it.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, that's good.
So, do you like that? Audiobooks and animated books?
I love audiobooks. Now, as far as the animated ones, I've only listened to one, and it was pretty good. It was at Treasure Island, so it was a classic, but it was done very well.
And this is not any kind of reflection on, you know, intellectual or anything. I'm trying to understand ADD. Is it better for audiobook because it's still going and you can kind of sort of tune in as your attention allows you? Meanwhile, if you see something else that attracts your attention, you can interact with that while still keeping up with the audio book. Whenever only one thing is going on, my ADD brain feels like I'm being tortured because I'm having to only focus on that one thing. Right. Yeah. Okay.
If I am listening to an audiobook, I stay more engaged in other tasks as well.
That's what I was wondering.
I listened to an audiobook, The Treasure Island. I was fascinated with it. I didn't want to stop listening to it. Okay. And so I would do things around the house. I would do work. I would do yard work. I mean, everywhere that I went, I would listen to podcasts, and I still do listen to podcasts or or audiobooks. Yeah. I just love it so much. It works my brain in different ways. Yeah. So I feel like I'm being more productive, which I super love.
So that's what I was wondering what it was like. Not in a
derogatory.
Yeah, not in a derogatory way. I'm trying to understand because a lot of times I hear people label themselves as I have ADD or I have ADHD or whatever, but I never really get a full understanding of what is that like. You just get this assumption, which isn't an understanding, but I get this assumption that you just can't stick with anything. You're just bouncing from all over the place.
But that's the thing we are, and the reason why is because it's so hard to explain ADD because people with ADD, we don't understand that everybody's not this way. Right,
but maybe
they're just better at hiding it.
Well, there's that, and I think that with ADD and ADHD, there's different, like the autistic spectrum, there's different levels of it as well, and there's probably some functioning level of ADD that is a little bit more so than what is the stereotypical I'm on drugs ADD. But I guess what I'm saying though is that without the discussion of what it is to be or what it is that somebody with ADD or ADHD goes through, there's the stereotypical assumption of someone that labels themselves that and just says, I have ADD, and you just like, for me, I'm just like, okay, so I guess at your place you just have a bowl of cereal and no milk in it because you just jumped over and started doing some other shit, and there's 2 slices of bread and 1 slice with peanut butter on it because you just bounced off into something else before getting the jelly, and it's like
it's kind of funny though. And it's try to visualize it that way.
Yeah, and you kind of
it's just like reckless abandon. Like
exactly. It's like I can't. Like immediately it becomes one of those things where it's like, okay, I can't really. I mean, honestly, I can't really trust this person because they're never going to complete anything because they have this ADD or ADHD, and the more and more you add letters to it, the more and more I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? How do you even have clothes on? What you should have the same clothes on every day and maybe progress. Like one thing changes every day. Like, he's got a sock on today. He's getting there. At the end of the week, he'll probably have the matching sock and some pants, or he might change his mind and take that sock off. And who knows? But it's interesting to talk to someone that has that, actually has it, because a lot of people self-diagnose themselves as it, actually have it, and then get their take on, okay, this is what it's like for me. So that's why I was asking.
I wasn't diagnosed until probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay, so you went through...
And then they were like, it makes total sense. And I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, what makes total sense?
Because it's your life.
They would be like,
it's your everyday. Yeah, and you've already gotten to the point where you're like, this is my normal. What do you mean? My normal is a thing with letters. What are you talking about that I have a condition? No, you're the one that can't keep up. This is me. I'm just on.
Right. So the best way that I can describe what it's like having ADD is that I'm always, if somebody is talking, I'm always exploring. I'm always 2 steps ahead, trying to explore every avenue a possibility that they would be responding or continue talking. For instance, those books that they had when we were small, and you could pick your own ending. So you would go up to a certain point, and you would say, go to this page to read this one, and go to this page to read the next one. So it's kind of like that, foreseeing or trying to foresee every outcome that's imaginable. And you start by filtering through the ones that are the most likely. So, oh my gosh, let's say that your sister was pregnant and you called me and you said, well, they just took her to the hospital. My brain would automatically be like, okay, well, depending on how far along she is she going into early delivery, or is this a serious issue? I mean, maybe if it's later in term, she can go to the hospital and have the baby, and it'll be fine. Do I need to be, doing something for you? I mean, I'm thinking about all these different things, and you're still telling me, no, she fell and hurt her ankle, but everything's fine, and the baby's fine. It could be anything.
Right.
So, but my brain is just seeking and reaching. It's like roots. It's like it's almost frantic at times. The roots, they're just trying to reach out and grab the solution or the next word or, whatever the person's saying.
So it's almost like, is there a sprinkle of paranoia in it in regards to like a sprinkling of overthinking and paranoia, and it's like, is she okay? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? Is that? And you're like, no, I'm just saying.
Overthinking, yes, but it's not something that we're saying. Like, it's not like me telling myself, oh, you're overthinking this, because I would never say that to myself, because I'm always overthinking.
Right, because for you it is normal. This is
right.
Everyone should be weighing out the possibilities. Why aren't you? Yeah, I totally.
And while people are still trying to figure that out, I'm on to, something about space or universe or something that's infinite.
Right.
I can relate to the idea of a universe, because it's an infinite want. We're always wanting to figure out what's out there and how far it goes, and is it really endless and stuff. I'm the same way. I want that knowledge. I want it. That's why it's really good for me, because it kind of quenches the thirst whenever I'm listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
I usually listen to podcasts. Yeah, I usually listen to like science podcasts, because that is more concrete.
Yeah.
So there's a finite answer.
Yeah.
If it's if it's hypothetical or
this is all based on a theory, then
if it's a theory, then it will fuck me up for days, because I will just keep going and going and going.
Right.
Rabbit holes are my friend.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is like for each of your moments, for each point of overthinking in a scenario is the possibility for you to go down a path totally related to that point that will lead you somewhere else that's not really based on the starting conversation, but in your head, you're there anyway, as well as other places. So yeah, that's what I was wondering. And then, so my follow-up to
here,
that.
let me follow this. Hold on, let me say something real quick. We realize that that happens, or we can realize that happens, but it's not like there is action taken on each scenario, so it's not a finite thing. You know,
right.
That's why I enjoy STEM, because it is finite. There is no 2 + 2 = 4. It just fucking does. I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't identify something else. It's not trying to trick you.
Yeah, there's no hole to go down, because it already has stopped. It's already at 4. It's 4. It's 4. The only variable is 2 + 2 or 3 + 1 or something, but it's 4.
Right.
And so
and it's
you're there.
Interchangeable.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Now, what were you gonna say?
Do you feel like? Well, not even do you feel. How does weed? Does it manage? Does it amplify? Does it lessen the variables that you can come up with in a conversation, or does it do nothing at all? It just weed does what weed does, and it has no play at all in ADHD or ADD.
So, okay, wow, that's a lot. So if I don't, okay, there's different strains that can do different things. And some make you more heady, some make you, like where you want to just think a whole lot.
Right.
Some of them make where you want to like just scrub the baseboards, which I've done. So there's different strains that are like they can get you to be hyper focused about something. But I don't mean just like, let me focus on doing this term paper. I mean hyper focused. Like 30 pages later, you're like, oh, fucking wow.
Right.
Oh, I've done it. But there's also, the kind that makes you get in your head, and, you can get a little paranoid, and it also depends on social settings. Are you by yourself? Are you around people that you love and adore? Or are you in a bar and you just got in a fight with a friend? And, so it's very... I would say that it magnifies.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Or it can.
It can. Or, I guess knowing your limits is probably the best. And I mean, don't get me wrong. No one has ever died of marijuana.
Right.
Like it just doesn't happen. You can't smoke until you just die. I mean, you may get really hungry, and then if you don't feed yourself, you're going to probably die. Or you may get dry mouth, and just have to go suck stuff out of a water hose or something. I don't know.
Right.
But it's not gonna hurt. It's just gonna have your experiences be enhanced or be magnified, either good or bad.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think...
And we can talk about this anytime, because seriously, I'm an open book, and mental health is so important. I don't think that people talk about it enough in an everyday real-world scenario.
Right. No, I think for this episode, it's been quite a bit for us to, of content for our listeners to digest. But I definitely would love to revisit the ADD aspects of things, and because it's fascinating to me, because it seems like it's so overlooked and so stereotyped and just pigeonholed. Oh, you have ADHD, or oh, you have ADD. Okay, here you go. So yeah.
Well, I love that people can say like, oh, it's just ADD, like it's not a big deal.
Right.
But whenever you're living in it and you're trying to focus, and it's so hard because nowadays, commercials are flashier, and telephone or television programs are way shorter, and there's a 15-second or a 30-second or a 3-minute video on TikTok that you can just flip through really quick. You don't have to have your attention held, so tightly. It's promoting faster thinkers, but it's also promoting that constant.
That's
because I need and I want and I have to have, like, it's information for me is like a drug, sort of.
Yeah, that was the follow-up that I was going to see about us doing maybe in the next episode. Is like, okay, so after touching on that, how do you feel certain things, more specifically social media instigating that, and probably maybe not even instigating, but kind of monetizing that means of processing. And you don't have to answer it now. I think we'd do it justice in the next episode.
Sure.
So it would be something for us to think on, in between this one and the next one. But I feel like there's certain things that sort of realizes, okay, we've got ADD and ADHD. Let's make shit that totally captures that. And it's not a cure. It's almost like could it be a form of abuse in a way?
Sure.
Because you're doing something knowing that you're taking advantage of a way that someone thinks. And I'm trying not to say condition or make it seem like there is a
controlling.
I'm trying not to make it seem like there's a handicap or a condition or something that needs to be treated or anything like that. I mean, this is how a person is born.
I don't think that it's a condition as far as that goes, but I do think that we are being conditioned.
Yeah. See, we're about to do it anyway. So, okay, I'm gonna put the brakes on it because I want to save this juicy bits for next episode. So you guys have been listening. Thanks so much for getting through this new 21st episode. We sometimes have to restrain ourselves from going down another rabbit hole because we will fucking do that and not even care. But
people will think that we're tweakers because we'll be up to date.
Exactly. So
that's our new motto.
So thanks again for listening, and hope you all enjoyed something of it, and maybe it's helped someone or entertained someone. It's always about education and entertainment on a podcast, so nothing is done in a way to be hurtful to other people or malicious to other people. We think with a little bit, we talk with a little bit of restraint, but we try to be as open about discussions as possible. We just try to be...
I can be really rude.
We try to be restraining in the way that we don't want to make it to where we're really, really reeling in on, just hauling off into someone's asshole just because we want to be malicious about it. But we will speak some truth. So in any case, she is the dinosaur.
That's me.
And I'm the dude. And thank you all for listening to the 21st episode of The Dinosaur and the Dude. Hope you all come back. See that a lot of people have been listening as of late, so thanks a lot. And, stick around. We'll have more content to come on further episodes. So, always a pleasure. Always have fun. Thank you so much. And love you. And I'll talk to you.
I love you too.
Talk to you next time, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening. Thanks for giving us your ears. And hopefully you enjoyed our back and forth banter and you'll come back for more. We're going to hopefully we'll have other guests on in the future. But for right now, it's the two of us doing what we do best. Again, the Dinosaur the Dude, hoping you enjoy each and every episode that we bring to you. And again, have a great time. Have a great day, night, evening, wherever you are. And look forward to putting out a new episode for you all to enjoy. All right. Take care.